You're definitely not wrong. Using cheap parts causes all kinds of problems, just so many. Also, using mechanics who are too much in a hurry. Anymore, so many shops are paying their mechanics by the job, not by the hour, which I get. I mean, I understand why shops do what they do, but it causes the mechanic to be in a hurry. Like if your valve covers come off, for example, they're steel freaking bolts, right? They're going into an aluminum rocker box. Is this going to end well? Well, this is why you take an M6 by 1.0 tap and you chase the threads, and then you look up the freaking torque spec and you use a properly calibrated torque wrench and you torque those puppies down. There should be no reason why you're having to use a helicoil or a time sert or something, to recreate those threads because somebody wasn't careful enough. But it happens all the time. And the other thing that happens all the time is that people don't know how to prime the high pressure oil system, even though they say they do. Oh, I've been working this for years. Yeah, whatever. You still don't know how to do it. You should watch my video on my YouTube channel. I'm just FICM Repair on YouTube for how to prime the high pressure oil system, because otherwise you're putting a freaking, a mark on the back of your FICM and pulling the trigger and shocked that it breaks. You're like, oh, stupid truck, that another part broke. Well, no, it got broken during the reassembly process because you didn't prime the high pressure oil system properly, but people didn't know. So in fact, I was just talking to a customer earlier today, and he was like, oh man, I can do some pretty basic things, but I'm not sure if I can do injectors. It's like, look, you're going to be more careful as a do-it-yourselfer with a mechanical level of aptitude. If you've done, say, a timing belt and a gasser ever, and you didn't bend valves when you were done, if you have that level of skill, and your attention to detail is enough to handle that, you can work on anything in a 6.0. So it's not a difficult concept. It's just a question of how do you get it done, and it's just nuts and bolts, as one of my mechanics, Paul, says. And so it's like, okay, it's just nuts and bolts, 100%, definitely. You have to know some stuff to go in there with it, though. And if you don't, it's going to end badly. You need to know torque specifications. You need to know order of operations. You need to know how to properly install an oil rail. Watch one of my standpipe videos about that. There's a little tip and trick in there to prevent the O-ring on the standpipe from having a lateral load against it. You have to know how to prime the high-pressure oil system. You have to know to put a battery charger on. You have to know to not subject the FICM to inadequate supply-side voltage. You have to know to put a properly sized alternator up in there. Make sure your grounds are good. You have to know. And so when you go to a Me Too shop, what's a Me Too shop? Oh, I can work on that too. Oh, yeah. We work on everything here, right? We got it. No, that's not what you want to do. If you have to take it to a shop, see if you can find a specialty shop who works primarily, they specialize in the PowerStroke 6.0 platform and not a bunch of other things, and that way you can get a level of confidence that you're going to take it someplace and not have to take it back, because that's just frustrating. If you've got a situation where you're going to take your truck back 2, 3, 4 times for the same thing, come on, obviously I don't care how nice a person they are, they just don't know what they're freaking doing, and that just shows. And so if you can do it yourself, do it yourself. If we recommend a part to you, it's because it works, and we'll give just as much. If a vendor, if a manufacturer makes a great X but they make a lousy Y, we're going to tell you about that, and not to lambast the company, just to say, hey, probably don't use their such and such, use somebody else's. Like the dummy plugs example is a perfect example. Ford makes great sensors. Their dummy plugs aren't the best. The better ones, and the standpipes aren't the best. The better ones are from Diesel Site. So stuff like that. So as long as you know that, life's good, and then the world is your oyster, and you can choose to spend the money that you were going to spend on labor with a shop. You can spend that on the rest of the while you're in there parts. So you have to do this less often because you're taking everything apart. It's like, man, don't you want to go ahead and just change out all the stuff that likes to die while you're in there, and then we can go on with life and enjoy your family and just God's beautiful creation? Well, yeah, that's exactly what you want to do. So anyway, hope this helps somebody. Tech support from us is always free. There's never a goal to sell you anything. We sell everything from everyone, but the goal is just to tell you stuff, never sell you stuff. It's up to you what path you want to go, but at least you'll know the options when you're done. All right? So, FICMRepair.com. We're all in this together. And, let us know if we can help you. Thanks much. Appreciate you.